Welcome back,
Hello.
welcome back. Y'all probably heard me saying these kids.
Girl, we
Hey
do what we
y'all,
gotta
hey,
do.
hold on. We listen. We do what we have to do.
Yes.
Oh, we're
And
live in LinkedIn. Yes, yes, yes.
blessings.
I don't know what was happening last week, but it's okay. We listen.
We're here.
We accept we're here. We're here. We
Yep.
understand. There's gonna be some challenges. There's gonna be some resistance,
Yep.
but that's what power brings.
Yep. The consistency is
That's
what it is for me. Just showing up. Just keep showing up.
oh, I'm so glad you said that. In fact, woo, one of the cards that I had pulled last week was talking about consistency. But I can't wait to share the card that came up today.
Okay.
You inspired me because I specific these kids.
You gave the mama eyes like,
You saw those? Do you see those? You know what? Let's introduce ourselves to the people. Hold on, because they think we're crazy.
yes.
Hey everybody, I'm Latoya, your spiritual inner power coach. All things inner power, helping you to love yourself, trust yourself, believe in yourself, know yourself, and be your best and highest self.
Talk about it.
Especially after you done been through some right? We're gonna get you right, get you in your power so that you can step into the world and transform the world and leave the legacy that you are meant to leave. I'm so
Mm.
glad to be here with
Marissa. Okay, that was a beautiful, powerful introduction. So I'm gonna hit it. I am Marissa, the, a free, courageous, authentic woman who ignites the fire within Black women across the globe to embody their most spicy, sensual, and sacred lives. And I do that through the power of breath work, retreats, and in person coaching um, here in New Orleans, which I'm super excited to be here with all that spiritual magic in the ether. But yeah, I'm here to help you breathe into yourself. You know, I think a lot of times we are holding our breath and are so concerned with doing that we are not being, as you said earlier.
well,
And we get to breathe into our bodies, into our diaphragm, and listen to what our intuition and everything else is saying inside. So that is me. I'm happy to be here, happy to have this conversation. Um, and let's get into it. Let's do it.
let's get into it. So somebody just said to us, "Hey" from Facebook, and I'm trying to figure out. That's why I was looking to the side because I'm trying to figure out who
Hey.
is it. Who said "Hey"? Hold on, let me get in
Yeah,
here.
this app doesn't let us see who it is until after the fact, right? But
Right.
we appreciate y'all for coming in. Say
Yes.
who
Thank you
it
for
is, and
coming
if you
in,
have anything to share,
everybody.
yeah.
Thanks for coming in. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna. Oh, that's probably what I need to do. I probably need to.
Hey, Nancy,
What in the world? They said who?
Yancy.
Hey, Auntie. Mwah! Love her. Love me some Yancy. Okay. All right. Let's go. I can't see you on Facebook. I don't know. Facebook, resistance. I know it. Okay.
Technicals.
We'll get back there. But I'm gonna share with you all what
Open up.
Universe Spirit gave to me today. I said, okay, what's for the group today? We're talking about embodying and wielding divine feminine sensuality. And I need
Hmm.
y'all to see what I can't wait to see your face when I put this card up. You ready?
Come on.
It says, be the hunter, not the hunted. Girl, I just
Girl,
about
I think we are so aligned because that owl on there,
yes.
you tell your piece and then I'm gonna come back with the owl because the owl's been in my life for the last couple of
Ooh.
days, hitting me hard with hard truths. So go ahead.
Okay. So here we go.
Mm.
Here we go. I'm not gonna. This one is a little bit long, but I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read some powerfulness right here. It says,
Okay.
there is a big difference between healthy supportiveness in a relationship, which
Mm.
includes healthy self-support,
Hmm.
and ignoring your own journey out of misplaced guilt, shame, unworthiness, or the belief that the needs of others are more important than your own. That is not compromise. That is unhealthy and neglectful of yourself. Here we go. Now, here's this last piece right here.
Hmm.
You are
Hmm.
being asked to see through the assumptions, expectations, tantrums, and manipulations that might be put upon you by yourself or others. See through them to the truth. You can only sidestep, change your response to, or choose to release that which you can recognize. Let me say that again. Let me say it again. You can only sidestep, change your response to, or choose to release that which you can recognize. So that's where the owl comes in. And I'm just going to paraphrase a little bit because it is a little long. But um, Mother Nature offers you the wisdom medicine of the owl, the ability to hear what is not spoken and
Talk
see
about it.
what is
Come on.
hidden in
Come
darkness.
on. Come on.
Trust what you feel beyond appearances. Okay.
Yeah. You don't even have to, I don't even have to tell you the meaning. That is what the symbolism of owl is. So I actually this past weekend, um, I received a sticker from a friend of mine, and he was like, "Oh, in my travels, I have picked up some stickers, and I wanted to give you one because I put them on my laptop, and it was an
Mm,
owl." And I was like, "Well, what does
mm,
that owl mean?" And he's like, "The symbolism is around wisdom, but it's also around trusting your knowing, right? It is
mm-hmm,
hearing what is
mm-hmm.
not said and seeing what is not physically there, right? And trusting your
Right.
intuition." And I was just like, wow. And so I went to read about the owl, and I'm a Virgo also. And
Mm-hmm.
we had this Virgo full moon. So your girl was being hit with all the hard truths about who she is, how she's been showing up,
Mm,
and understanding that it is not everybody else. It is not, I am not the most important thing to everyone else. I don't have to show them or prove to them that I'm important. I am the most important thing to me,
to
right?
me. To me.
And they are the most important thing to them. And so I get to trust that even if I feel like they're doing something to me, it is really they're doing the best, not the best that they can. They're doing whatever they're doing for their own reasoning, their own
Mm-hmm.
importance, their own whatever. And so I've been sitting with myself and like taking this energy of the owl of hearing what I need to hear and not what I want to hear. And so there has been a moment where um, I asked for help, and I had to sit back and think, did I really need help, or was I trying to make myself important in someone else's life?
Wow.
Girl, I said,
Wow.
and so I went to this owl thing, and the owl symbolism and where we are is like, you know what you were trying to do. And I said, okay,
Now,
respectfully,
here's
thank you.
here's what I love about this. Here's what I love about this share. First of all, I love that we're doing this coffee chat every Friday. It's so powerful. Okay, so here's what I love about you, and I love about this share, and I love about what we get to do in feminine power, right?
Hmm.
That we get to reflect.
Yes. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
what's happening to me and in me is about me,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
It's about me. And
Yeah.
so bringing it, like wrapping it right into this topic today,
Yeah.
right? Ooh, I felt that so very deeply right now in my soul. My sensuality
Hmm.
is about me.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Ooh.
I want to share how powerful that is for me right now. Really just connecting with what you said, right? Is because we could make it about them.
Hmm.
We
They
absolutely
didn't
could make it
show up.
about them.
He said he was gonna show up, and then he didn't, and then he didn't. I was like, wait a minute. That part is true as well, but why did I ask?
Why did I
Yeah.
ask?
Go
And
ahead.
then after you get through that, right? Because we can have a tendency of why did I ask? Oh, I was whatever. I wanted attention, or I was being needy, or I was trying to,
Hmm.
make myself important, or whatever, right? What follows that is also super important. Do I then now beat myself up? Do I then now criticize myself? Do I then now go into a slump? Or do I just say, you know what? Okay, thank you, universe, for this learning opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that that's a healing process in itself to be able to
Girl.
get to that place, to be able to get to that place and say, this is about me, right?
Mm-hmm.
My elevation is
Mm-hmm.
about me, and it comes in various different ways. It comes through other people,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love your saying. It gets to come through other people.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So bringing it to
Yes.
sensuality for myself, and I'm gonna give you back the
Yes.
mic. I took on the fallacy
Mm-hmm.
that my sexuality is about what other people think about me,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm just gonna make it super plain
Mm-hmm.
because this is where I think our society is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are my lips full enough or thin enough? Are my breasts full enough or big enough? Are my hips wide enough? Do I have enough of the hourglass, right? Do I have enough behind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because my daughter's right here lying on the floor. But, right? Do I, you know what I mean? And are they looking enough? Do I draw the attention?
Mm-hmm.
And there's something to that, right? Because even animals, right? Birds are gonna be out there dancing like, look
Right.
at me,
Right.
right? Come get
Yes.
this, right?
Yes.
Because there's nature to that. But we as human beings happen to be in consciousness, right? Conscientious
Yep.
of who we are and how we appear and our way of being in the world. And so, ooh, we can be too much out there based on what other people are reflecting, and we
Mm-hmm.
can hide our
Mm-hmm.
sensuality
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
based
Mm-hmm.
on what other people are reflecting,
Yep.
right? Or what we were
Yes.
taught, or what we were projected onto, or what was
Yep.
injected into us, right? And what
I
I'm getting, this download's coming right
bring it.
now, y'all. This is hot
Bring
off
it.
the press. This is like fire right now in my soul, right? That our sensuality, this divine. Okay, hold on. Woo. Let me put it in a
I'm a sip.
in this gift wrapping paper, right? Our divine sensuality,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Not the world defined sensuality, not the commercialized sensuality,
Mm-hmm.
not the religiousized sensuality, right?
Talk about it. Yeah.
Our divine spiritual sensuality
Mm-hmm.
is about us. It's about me, how I
Yes.
feel about myself when I walk, when I talk, how I feel about my energy, how I love
Mm-hmm.
myself and my body and what I
Mm-hmm.
came to this world with and my curves. Like that is about me.
Yes. Yes. Oh, so many.
Mm,
Oh God, so much is
yeah.
coming up. So much is coming up. Like
Hmm.
I had a conversation just last night around. So I was talking to a friend who previously wasn't really all the way in their body, right?
Hmm.
They weren't comfortable with how they were dressing or being perceived previously, and they always wanted to be smaller. And then
Mm.
because they were worried about how people perceive them, if they were to be bigger. And so now they dress in a way that is more comfortable to them, but it is more showy, for lack of better words, right?
Okay.
And so they
Okay.
still don't want people to be looking at them because now it's like the gawking and the this and the that. And I was like, if you are comfortable with who you are and how you like to show up, then show up that way. People are going to look regardless. You cannot
Regardless.
control what happens with the people outside of you. It is about what you wear and how you carry yourself. And that also reminds me of myself. Like the way I move through this world, I I just imagine it's kind of like a bird. I be going wherever I want to go, at whatever pace I want to go. And I didn't notice it until a friend of mine pointed it out. Like we were she rode with me down here to New Orleans, right? And we were spending a lot of time together because she was living here with me for quite some time. And she was like, the way you move is just like so kind of easy. And I was like, because I do what I want. Okay. I'm comfortable with me. The way I walk, the way I talk, the way I connect with other human beings. I'm just comfortable with me. And yes, I see the gawking. There's several moments when I walk into a space and everybody is just like, and at one point I was a little annoyed, like I'm just existing out here and doing all this stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but they see the light. Of course they're going to look. So you just keep on, you just keep going, right? And then spread love at the same time. I'm not walking as if I feel like I'm better than anybody else, but I'm walking in love, and you can see it. So some people will, stop and say something to me, or I will compliment somebody else because that's what feels good, right? But it is no question that I walk in my divine sensuality, and it is not by happenstance. Um, those of you who are in
Say
human
that.
design, I tell you,
Say
my
that.
lead gate is about sensuality and sexuality. So that is, I just use it as I'm walking. I can wear
Ooh.
sweatpants, and it's just out here, right? And I haven't always been this way, right? I haven't always.
Okay. Tell
That's
us.
that. Let me take
Tell
that back.
us.
I haven't always been able to speak this way. I have always walked this way, right? But I didn't notice it until I don't know. I started doing the work for myself and being comfortable with how I appear in the world, and also understanding that people's perception of me is theirs. It's not mine.
Well,
It is not. It is
well,
not.
and you
It
don't
is
have
not
control
mine.
over it.
I don't.
And if we did, okay, so listen, you don't have control over it, right? And oftentimes, because we don't have control over their perceptions, then what we do is we try to mold ourselves to satisfy their
What we
perceptions.
think. What we
What
think
we,
their perception.
thank you. What we
We don't
think
know.
their perceptions. Hey, hold on. I love that because hold on, I'm gonna come after you now. We don't know, and they don't know sometimes. I'm just gonna be real right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna free somebody today.
Tell me.
Oftentimes when they're criticizing you, right? Oh, you shouldn't be wearing that. Oh, that's a little bit too much. Oh, this is not. It's because their shadow self is like they're seeing the reflection of their own divine sensuality, which actually needs to be free. So that's what I
Yes.
mean about they don't know
Yeah.
sometimes. Like they're in their
Yeah.
own inner conflict and
Yeah.
dissonance with their own energy and spirit,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
so here we are trying to mold ourselves to satisfy what we think and what they think is
We
their
think that they think.
perception. And we think that they think. And we all out
That's
here in
confusion.
chaotic energy.
Confusion.
Confused.
Confusion. And so if we are just worried about not worried, we are just in tune with what is going on with us. And when I think about sensuality, it is not only, but this is how I feel about it, right? It's just how I move. But it is about tapping into the senses. Like, what do you smell? What do you taste? What do you
Mm,
hear? How do you feel inside, right? Like,
right.
and so as I started doing more practices, when people talk about self care, we talk about getting your hair done and sitting in the tub and all that kind of stuff. But that doing that on a regular basis, I was listening to a podcast the other day. Her name is Debbie Brown. She is called Dropping Gems with Debbie Brown, but she talked about the beauty aspect of self care, and that it just kind of and all it was kind of doing all of the things to appeal to the senses, like giving yourself a head massage, spending a little bit
Right.
longer
Ooh.
moisturizing your body, right? That's touch, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Having using giving yourself like a sacred bath with, she said, get put the whole bag of Epsom salt in there, okay? The whole bag. Don't just sprinkle a little bit. Whole bag, 2 bags if you want, right? But there's aromas that come with that, and like just massaging your own body and really getting in tune with what it feels like to be touched in
Right.
the way that feels good, with the
Yeah.
smells that really like ignite your inner self, right? Like just becoming more in tune with yourself through your beauty practices could really help connect with your divine feminine self, right?
I love that.
And doing the breathing exercises while you're doing it to tap into what is my body really saying? What does she like? What do he like? What do they like? Right? So sensuality, in my mind, is not only about how you show up like romantically or sexually or whatever, but it's how you appeal to the senses, how your body responds to the different senses, and really feeling into what does that do for you? What are these different ways of igniting your senses do for you?
And so, can I just say what I love about that? You listen. When we say we're so in sync, like I think it was last Saturday, I put a post out there like, what are you going to do for your own pleasure today,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I actually talked about the five senses, right? Because the five senses, most of are there for a couple of reasons. One, to protect us, right? But also for pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We have those senses for pleasure. And I'm going to say that again because I know that there are a lot of people who struggle with pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
They struggle
Mm-hmm.
even with the word,
The
right?
word.
But the word, but you deserve to please yourself. Let me look at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve to please yourself. You deserve pleasure. You were designed for pleasure, right? My husband and I talk about this all the time. We didn't have to see with color. We could be grayscale like some other animals out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The flowers didn't have to have all these different arranges, and
Mm-hmm.
patterns. They didn't have to have that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So other than our pleasure, our taste buds, they could only be to protect us from poisonous things and things like that. But no, we have pleasure and we have
Mm-hmm.
differences. What you like,
Mm-hmm.
I may not like, right? You might be into mangoes.
Love them
And
every day.
I know you do. I know you do, right? And I might be more into avocados and someone's been like, right? But
Yeah.
why would it be that our taste buds, that we have different tastes, right? That we have different pleasures. We were designed to have pleasure. So I hope that
Mm-hmm.
that releases somebody today from feeling
Yeah.
guilty about pleasuring yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because I agree with you. I believe that, right? Our
Yeah.
sensuality is pleasure. It is about pleasure.
Yeah, I really and tapping into these senses again. Like sometimes I try to see how many different things I can, many of my senses I can tap into at the same time. So
Mm.
I the first 3 days I just moved into a new place, and the first 3 days I took some like baths, right? So I had the delicious smelling Epsom salts in the water. The water was set to a temperature that felt good to me. Um, then I had my diffuser with some scents going on in there. But the diffuser also has different infrared lights. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, my phone connects to it. I've had this diffuser for a year. I did not know it's also a Bluetooth speaker. So now I got sounds going on in the bathroom. And it is just a vibe in there. And I am feeling like I'm feeling into myself because I had, when you're moving, right? There's like all types of things. Like I gotta get these things over here. I gotta pack it a certain way so everything fits. I gotta make sure I gotta unpack, but I don't feel like doing that right now. Like all these different things. And I just took a moment and got into that warm bath with the sounds. It's like some beautiful music playing, things smelling good, the lights flickering or whatever, turn the lights out in the bathroom. And I don't know if I ate right before or after because food is very important to me.
Okay.
But I had something to eat or whatever, and I felt very much like inside of my body, very sensual, very just happy, right? Um, so yeah,
And
how many senses can you ignite at the same time, and
at
what
the
does that
same
look
time. And here's the follow on question. Because, like you said, you felt so much in your body and you felt very much connected to your divine sensuality, right?
like? Hmm.
And you having done the inner work are able to, when you move from that space, able to carry that with you and able to walk in that and able to, radiate that
Hmm.
But I think a lot of that is you're able to walk in that and radiate that because you're able to own it.
Absolutely. Oh, own it. Mm. Own it. Yes, that's where all that our beginning of the conversation, where that real hard truth came to me in that
Yes.
tub, where it was time to like
Mm.
really sit and reflect. And then you know what I do when I take these baths and do these reflections, I let all the water after I'm done. I let all the
Hmm.
water go out before I even get out of the tub and imagine
Hmm.
everything that
Ooh, that is so good.
I have just been reflecting on and holding on to,
Hmm.
or needing to release, let it go down the drain. That stuff
Hmm.
gets to go.
I love that. Ooh,
So
that is so
yeah.
good. That is so
So
good.
there's only me left. There's only me,
Oh,
my all of my goodness left, right? All the rest of that got to go.
and so what I feel is so powerful is that when you're able to come from that space and then you're able to radiate that space, right? And you're able to own your divine sensuality, your divine power, that you're able to then transfer that energy into the other things that you do, right? Whatever
Oh,
your work, your business, your whatever your relationship, what project you're working on, like whatever you're manifesting, like it doesn't become like a chore to like do visualizations or whatever, journaling or whatever it is that
right,
you're manifesting, right? Like you are
right.
in this divine energy.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that feels this conversation. This
Thank you
is
for that.
goodness.
Thank you for that. I didn't even think about it that way, because I think a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't have enough time to do this reflection or this journaling or all this visualization or blah, blah, or meditate or whatever like that. But one, we are still talking about making space for that moment. 10 minutes,
Yes.
15 minutes in the tub, right? And it don't got to
Right.
be at night. It could be in the morning. It could be whenever you feel like it. But that time in the tub was a time for reflection, was a time for
Mhm.
connecting with myself,
Mhm.
meditation, what have you, right?
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, wow, I didn't even think it, because it didn't feel like a chore. It felt like
Right.
something that I got to do, to relax, to rest, to connect with back with me from the chaos of that day of moving.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Instead of taking a shower today, y'all, try a little bath. Same amount of time,
Mhm.
right? Don't do
Mhm.
nothing extra. Same amount of time, and see what that does for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take that time.
And and is that and what Marissa was also suggesting? See how many of your five senses, even if it's not a bath, see take a moment. Maybe you're cooking, or maybe whatever else you're doing, and see how many of your senses you can activate at the same time. And here's the key, though. Here's the key. Allow yourself the moment to own the power that's happening in you right now, even in that simplest form. Allow
Mm,
yourself the moment to own your divine power that's coming into you in that time.
mm. I love that, and it is saying it is a meditation. So those for those of you who don't want to just sit still and be quiet or chant or anything like that, like Latoya said, if you're cooking, what senses are being ignited? Just connect with what's
Mhm.
happening, being present, basically, right? Be present and connect with
Being present.
what senses are being ignited. The smells,
Yeah.
the sounds, the
Mhm.
what are the movement of your hands, and like, yeah, the taste of it, right? What are you
Mhm.
seeing? The colors that are coming up, right? Just being in tune with that, and what does that feel like in your body? And we were talking about divine feminine. It is like, you know, the intuitiveness of it. Even with cooking, like, add a little flavor in there that just feels right, right? You know, this is
And move while you do it. You know what I mean? Like,
put some music on.
move. Put some music
Yeah,
on, move.
yeah. I love
Yeah.
this.
Ooh,
Hmm.
so do I. So do I. And you and I, we could be here for a whole nother hour.
Yes,
But this
yes.
is meant to be just short spurts of power, right? To just ignite
Hmm.
our people. So at the end of this fireside chat, if you call it.
Yes.
Um, what would be your, as we wrap up, what would be your final encouragement to the people?
Mm. Okay, just the first thing that comes in. Don't be afraid of your reflection. I don't know why that
Ooh.
came up, but it is like don't be afraid to connect with your inner being. Reflection as in mirror, reflection as in just thinking about the things that the decisions or the beliefs that you may have, reflection as in how the people that you're interacting with is being a mirror to you. What are they trying to teach you in your interactions? Yeah, don't be afraid of your reflection.
Mm, that's so powerful. That is so good. I think mine would be release.
Mm,
Release what you think are the perceptions of your sensuality and just
mm,
see what emerges.
mm.
Just see. Give yourself a chance and just
Oof, I feel like we get to build more on that next week because you just really ignited something in me. Yeah, I like
mm,
that.
mm. It's so good. All right,
I like that.
Marissa, if the people want to do some breath work um,
Yes.
to
Oh,
ignite more of their
yes.
sensuality, what can they do? How can they reach you?
Yes. Check out my website. It's here on the corner of the screen, thepurplekittyny.com. You can hit me up on Instagram at Marissa with a C, MariciaWithac. Facebook and LinkedIn, Marissa Lowe. Um, but yeah, I do private sessions virtually and in person, as well as group sessions here in New Orleans. And I also just was invited to do some corporate breathwork sessions virtually.
Yay!
Yes, so I'm really excited
Congratulations!
about that. Yes, we are just supporting people with making space through the power of breath. So hit
Mhm.
me up. I am ready to do so.
Fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. And for myself, if you're interested in doing some energy clearing, energy healing, energy balancing, you come to a master Reiki practitioner and EFT practitioner, and let's go in and let's clear and let's cleanse and let's see who wants to emerge for you through you today. Let's do that. So you can go to my website. I do one-to-one sessions. I am so excited because I'm restructuring my group experience Resurrection. It's going to be limited spaces. It's going to be some of that deep transformation, but really good energy work. Ooh, and just pooling the synchronicity of the group together is going to be so powerful. So, resurrecting the one you've been waiting for, unearthing the one you've been waiting for. That's going to happen. That's coming to you. It's coming to you in September, but you want to get in because it's limited spaces. So if you're interested, just send me a message. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Coach Latoya Z. And it's been so wonderful. It's been wonderful being here. My
Yes.
sister, my sister, my sister.
Yes.
It's powerful every time we come out here, every time. So you all already
I love
know
it.
we're about to build on what we talked about today next week. Come, but bring somebody you know who needs this fire. Join
Yes,
us, but bring
absolutely.
somebody you know who needs this fire.
Definitely. And share it with folks that you believe are aligned or who just needs to be supported through this conversation. So
Yeah,
definitely share. Share
yeah.
on whatever platform you're listening. Okay.
All right,
Yes.
y'all. We want to send you some love and some light, big hugs,
Yes.
and we'll see you next Friday, same time.
Same time, same place. Bye,
Bye,
y'all.
everybody.